I forgot how long the ad still had left. But let us begin again. Where we left off. So if memory serves, people were unhappy, but we needed to talk to these guys. Welcome back, all of you. I pray there's been positive developments in your efforts to appeal to the Gallian community. Mayhap not yet, but there is a method by which I believe we all stand to gain. As satrap, I intend to propose a trade agreement between Radzatan and the people of Garlemald. Everyone's like, a gasp. Please, continue. People of this nation have lived through its collapse and more. Yet they have chosen to remain, for it is their home. They have been able to survive thus far, thanks to the Ilsebard contingent. Or rather, in less flattering terms, they are entirely at your mercy. Despite your noble intentions, this one-sided relationship has fueled feelings of frustration and resentment. No surprise then that some Gallians are loath to engage with foreigners, the fear of indebting themselves further, lacerating more of their already limited autonomy. That is why I wish to present them with an equitable arrangement, one that would restore them a sense of agency after having been forced to rely upon charity. Easier said than done. What exactly do you have in mind? Long have Garlemald and Radzatan abided by a treaty of non-interference. Freely we have traded with one another, and I wish but to continue this tradition. We would provide your people with supplies such supplies as you require, in return for which would grant us leave to use the Tower of Babel, as well as share your Magitech resources and expertise. As we become more and more reliant upon your technologies, we will of course require more ceruleum to fuel them. This you possess in abundance, and for it you will be duly compensated. Radzatan's culture will be enriched by your Magitech wonders, and our ever-increasing demand for your wares will see Garlemald grow wealthy and prosperous. Although when both sides keep the interest of the other in mind, can an equitable relationship be forged? It is a principle I once thought I understood, but I've come to appreciate all the more in recent days, thanks to the sage counsel of a friend from beyond the rift. Your Excellency, thank you for your careful consideration of Garlemald's future. Though I cannot speak for every Gallian, I myself see no reason to object to your proposal. Indeed, if Radzatan were to take the initiative, other nations may follow suit and seek to normalize trade relations with us. See the sense of my proposal, then I ask you to join me in the negotiations at Tertium. Your support may be instrumental in winning over Lords Neus and Metius. By all means, go with them. I have matters here well in hand. I have learned that I've learned all I may regarding the tower's operations, so I too shall heed me to the Tertium. To Tertium. So many words. I really need to work on my reading comprehension. Like, for so long, I've literally only really had to worry about short bursts of text. Like, we'll look at Monster Hunter, for example, because, you know, right now Rathalos. I get like 3 words, maybe 4 at most. Like, hunt this thing, capture this thing. Very rarely is it like, slay this thing. Rarer still, repel this thing. Most of the objectives here: speak with, rendezvous with, wait for them to reveal themselves. Ba-ba. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, ba-ba. Ba-da-ba, ba-da-ba-ba-ba, ba-da-ba. Alright. Hello, Medius. But yeah, after we finish off 6.4, we end in stream, and we might be back on later for Destiny 2. I'm not sure if I'm waiting until tomorrow yet. I'll have to wait and see. A crowd you may have brought, but numbers will not intimidate us. The Tower of Babel is ours by rights. Nothing you do will convince us otherwise. Rest assured, it's not our intent to infringe upon the rights of people. Infringe upon the rights of the people of Galmond. Let us instead discuss the future. As a satrap of Radzatan, I wish to establish new trade agreement between our nations. Oof. Rip. Unlucky crow. Aid we presently receive will not last forever, my lords. Sooner or later, we must stand on our own 2 feet. But to do so, we must secure a means to replenish our coffers. The proposed agreement presents a rare opportunity. It's true we do not want for Magitech and Ceruleum. And foreign currency will be needed to procure such things as we lack. Depend on the precise terms, but I can see the merits. What? I can't believe what I'm hearing. You served the Emperor. Are a proud patriot. Yet you now entertain selling national resources like a common merchant? Like you, I weep for what we have lost. But if we are to rebuild Garlemald, we must make use of what precious few assets remain to us. Nonsense! Utter nonsense! You are a traitor, Aeneas. And there will be a reckoning. Oh yes, when the people of Senatus learn of this, they will cry out for your blood. Lord Matthias, wait! It isn't safe out there. I keep saying it's Matthias, but it's like IUS. So it's more Metius. Ooh. Oh, that's a weird pink one that I saw earlier. Bonds of trust, eh? It's far too dangerous for a civilian to be outside alone. We must go after Lord Metius. If Matters here in Let's leave matters here in Maximus' care, while the rest of us join the search. If Lord Metius is bound for Senatus, we may be able to catch up with him in the Regio Urbanissima. You see, what doesn't help is that I struggle to read anywhere, because my reading comprehension has vastly degraded over the years. And they're throwing like Regio Urbanissima at me. I pray has not come to any harm. Just proud Gallians being proud Gallians, I guess. Alternatively, proud Gallians being absolute wazzocks. Ay ay ay. This. Oh, that's pretty cute. It's got like a carved in quill. And it's got like a berry on the side. That's the scholar. Oh yeah, because they did like the current Tombstone the comedy like weapons that you can get. Oh god, where's mine? There's mine. They were from a design contest. Yeah, oh my god. I'm gonna try and help these people out with those. I can go talk to Metis. I'm alive.
Praise the sisters, you are safe.
Don't think I'm indebted to you. I never asked for your help.
Just staring at him.
Dearly, Lord Metius. That much is plain. But you're not alone in that. We all mourn what has become of our homeland. Bristle at having to rely upon outsiders simply to survive the cold. Even now, I struggle with fear and uncertainty. Day after day, I ask myself, what is right? Where do we go from here? I've yet to find the answers. But I won't stop looking nonetheless. And I won't avert my gaze from our grim reality.
Is there hope for us?
I was extremely worried that was just disconnecting me again.
So long as we live. Garlemald lies in ruins, but the bonds between us will never be broken. We are the chain that connects generations past and future. You and I, it's links. Help us, Lord Metius, for all we have been and for what we may yet become. Please.
To be lectured by the young, it ill becomes a man of my station. I will rejoin the talks at Tertium. Might I trouble you to escort me? Ere we part.
Oh. Sorry, he said he apologises for his discourtesy and he owes us his life and he thanks us.
Ulyss, wait. I'd like a word. With you as well. I'm to stay close, after all.
Worry not, we shall see the magistrates safely back to Tertium.
Yeah, they've got like a paladin and an astrologian, they'll be fine. Ryonji can go around sellotaping cards to the back.
What is it?
You bound that man with trust, didn't you? That's why he did not require coercion to return.
Shall we walk, perhaps? Chilly, standing around here. So that's how Zero came to join you. Still, I'm not sure I'm qualified to explain something like trust. I wouldn't describe myself as a sociable person. Before all this, any free time I had, I spent looking after my brother and sister. As for the Magistrate, I only told him what's been on my mind of late. But I wouldn't have done so, I think, if it weren't for the twins' influence. Trust is infectious, in a manner of speaking. When someone believes in you, it makes you want to believe in them, in others, in yourself. Perhaps it's because the Magistrate felt that earnestness that he gave us a chance. As I did, after I was caught trying to steal provisions from the enemy. Trust comes easy in such company.
Little wonder my world is devoid of it. No one trusts in you, and so you trust in no one. And round the wheel turns. During the Contra Memoria, we had already come to judge one another based on strength and usefulness. You either used or were used. Those who rejected this rule didn't survive. My mother wanted to save the world, to fulfill the hopes of Memoria's good and true. After she died, I carried on her mission alone.
Alone? Didn't you have anyone to help you?
Almost. 2 men tried just the once. A swordsman and a mage, whom I met when passing through a village. They had saved the people there from corrupted Memoriates. When they learned our enemies were the same, they seemed heartened. They claimed to be soldiers of a kingdom called Baron, and were traveling the realm in search of a means to end the Contra Memoria. They invited me to join them. I refused. How could I not, having learned the lessons of my world? Those who would work with others always have their own motives. I would not place myself at their mercy. I would not be forced to submit. I expected some manner of outburst, some show of frustration at having failed to deceive me. But they simply watched me walk away. I didn't know what to make of it then, but now... Perhaps they shared a bond of trust. Perhaps they were the last ones left who dared. Perhaps they hoped I was like them too. Perhaps it was just an offer, and nothing more. I continued fighting alone. But ultimately I was undone. Overwhelmed by enemies that had banded together. I was cold, in pain, wishing desperately that someone would save me. And as I lay there in solitude, I felt it happen. The breaking of our world. Darkness washed over me, and I was swept into the rift. When I finally managed to return, it was to a world forever transformed. My home, now filled with abominations.
Oh, crumbs.
I had a chance to learn about trust, and forsook it. I never had the power to save my home single-handed. I should have accepted their invitation. Had I joined them as I've joined you, I might not have had to face the end of the world alone. But it's all history now. No amount of reflection or regret will change our present reality.
Me.
Whatever may have happened in the past, you're still here, Zero. Alive. So long as you're alive, there will always be hope, no matter how bad things get. What you couldn't do yesterday, you might still do today. Think about it. It's plain that you've forged bonds with those around you. If you didn't feel that in some sense, would you have risked your life as you did for a meager ration of boots? I trust you too, for what it's worth.
Here it is again. The fire that burned in my breast when you came to my rescue. The urge to weep, though there is no sorrow. If this is trust, then what must I do? How do I answer it?
With a handshake, perhaps? However you like. Could be a simple tip of the hat. Be a recognition verbally. Hey, I trust you. Could be a hug, handshake.
Give me your hand.
Oh, I don't want to remove it.
You do constantly, mind. A friend is a friend regardless.
A friend. So that's what it means. Someone you trust.
That you dare think. No, he's not a friend. He's a git. Stop it. Stop trying to make it happen. It's not going to happen. See us as a bumhole. Stop it. Thank you. I feel at last as though I've found the answers I sought. And I owe it to all of you. But I owe it all to you and Euless. Right then, I expect the others have already arrived back at Tertium. We should join them. But as soon as my character looked off into the distance, I could tell it was going to go to Xenos. Well, glad am I to see that everyone's returned, and none the worse for wear. Various representatives of the Gallian community are gathered here this very moment. I dare say this is a fine opportunity to announce the trade agreement. You've read the memorandum. I trust the terms. I trust you find the terms acceptable. I do, Aeneas. I pray you forgive me for my disgraceful conduct earlier. I am ashamed not only of my behaviour, but of placing the burden of negotiation solely on your shoulders in my absence. You should know that when we brought up the subject of the tower's reactivation for the people at Tapper's Den, I reacted quite strongly. Once we explained they would be to prevent another Voidsent invasion, however, they were more receptive. I'd say the recent episode is still fresh in their minds. I tagged along to deliver some supply of ceruleum. I have to say, I didn't expect to see such a large crowd, if the stuffy Imperials who normally keep to themselves in Senatus are here. My friends and countrymen, lend me your ears. This is the voice I use for speeches. I am pleased to inform you on this joyous occasion that we, the people of Garlemald, have entered into a trade agreement with Radzatan. To inaugurate our accord, we intend to grant the individuals before you access to the Tower of Babel. In return, Radzatan will provide us with supplies, which shall be equally distributed to the settlements of our nation. Let me be clear on one point. This is not an act of charity but trade, a bargain struck between equals, rooted in trust and respect. And it marks a significant step towards rebuilding our nation and regaining true independence. Radzatan holds Gallian technology and ingenuity in the highest esteem. It is my hope that through this agreement, our peoples will enjoy a mutually beneficial relationship for years to come. Now then, we bid you all gather round and hear the particulars that you might convey them those elsewhere. Basically, that big horrible tower, we're reactivating it, because we need to send power to the moon! So burdened by hardship and trauma with the people of Garlemald that they were unable to imagine a brighter future. We recognise as equals, as a nation, with something of value to offer to others. That validation alone is enough to rekindle their hope. It is by virtue of this partnership that we may access the Tower of Babel. A rather timely development given the ether tank's impending arrival. Once the tower's stores have been replenished, we need but await Y'shtola's signal to channel the energy to the moon, yes? Then you can leave that and everything else on this end to me and Elfino. No need to worry. Put all your energies to the mission in the void. As ever, I'm in your debt. You are good friends. Aye, Captain. That they be. That they be. Lunar Rendezvous. I'm guessing this quest series will either end on the trial or like a quest after.
Having procured sufficient stores of ether, we may now channel the requisite safely onto the moon via the Tower of Babel. Our work on the star is complete. However, we have yet to receive word from Ishtola as to the state of the lunar preparations.
A ritual to open the gate, and measures to forestall a void-sent invasion. Neither task is simple nor quickly completed. She would doubtless benefit from our assistance.
The very thing I was about to propose. Let us join her above and lend what aid we may. Ere we set forth, however, Ishtola did bid me relay a message to thee. As thou art well aware, a key objective of our mission is the extraction of thy sister Ashdaya from the Void. Held captive for millennia and divested of an eye, she is like to be severely weakened. To make good her escape, she shall require aid. Aid that is best provided by a fellow Great Worm.
You would have me go in my true form. Very well. Like our sire, we Great Worms are capable of traversing the Great Expanse. The journey will take some time, but I shall take myself to the moon. To begin with, I shall return this vessel to Radzadhan, that I may have both my eyes. And until such time as we find Ashdaya, I would entrust her eye to your keeping. Will you do this for me?
Yep, without a doubt. Last time I held an eye was dealing with Nidhogg.
We shall contact you via Link Pearl once all is in place on the moon. You need but follow Ishtola's instructions.
Understood. We'll be ready.
Take care, Zero.
It will be the briefest of homecomings. I'll be back before you know it.
In Mare Elementorum, then. Go well.
Well, I suppose that's good. Zero's intending to come back here. I suppose there's not really much there to go back to. Pretty much all the people that had been there. Well, it was Void Center at that point. Either be dead or, well, sorry, not dead, absorbed, or probably going mad with hunger. Not ideal, not ideal. It's taking a while. It's taking a long while to load in. Christ. It's... my computer trying to do stuff on the side. Disk usage 100%. Why is it 100%? Windows update. Can you not sod off windows? Free company chat was just like, that's a lot of people online tonight. Let me reduce that by one vote. Yeah, I apologise if things get funky on the stream.
Liberty of informing Ishtola of our arrival. She and her entourage should be here momentarily.
Because my Windows has decided that it wants to update, so yeah. I'd sort out a better hairstyle. It looks like it's trying to be two-piece hairstyle, but like poorly implemented.
I'd hoped to have everything in order sooner. My thanks for the extra hands.
Alphino and Alice stand ready at the Tower of Babel. Vritra is also en route.
Me.
Excellent. You've done well, all of you. For my part, I've managed to prepare the ritual with help from the Watcher. All that remains is to channel the ether from below. This should, I pray, open a gate leading to the moon of the 13th.
Nice.
May I just say how excited we are to be a part of this grand undertaking. The development of the artificial Atomos was one thing, but this is an opportunity like no other. Ishtola even managed to get a loan of elegant treatises on void sense summoning from the prized collection of the Sons of Saint Koinak. The Empire's application of etherochemistry in regulating void gates provided us with many a useful insight for our work, let me tell you.
Thanks.
I asked a favor of Grahatir when we were comparing notes on cross-rift travel. Given his credentials, I was confident he wouldn't be denied. The knowledge of our forebears has brought us far, as has our own. And with our knowledge and resources, we shall construct a void-sent containment seal on a heretofore unseen scale.
Containment seal? Then thou wouldst make use of...
Aye, a tried and tested means of holding dark entities at bay is readily available here. 'Twould be remiss of us not to employ it.
Huh.
We shall reforge the brands that Xenos and Fandaniel destroyed.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That which held even Zodiac shall more than suffice for void scent of any persuasion.
Yeah.
The Watcher is already hard at work, tending to the most critical parts of the brand's restoration. There are, however, a number of concerning factors that remain. With your help, I'm sure we can resolve them.
Time is of the essence, so I suggest we continue this discussion as we make our way to the brands.
Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. Oh god. Model hasn't even loaded in yet. Right, that's dropping a little bit. Oh no, never mind, it's going back up. Now then, to the matter at hand. With the Watcher's assistance, we shall reforge each of Zodiac's brands, and use them to erect a barrier capable of repelling voidsent. Yet, though we expect it to be effective against larger beings on account of its original purpose, there is a chance it will allow lesser voidsent to slip through. Therefore, we should require a second line of defense. I believe the Leporid supporters would be suitable for this purpose. Oranger, Sympathy, 2 of you have a strong rapport with our lunar allies. I'd have you meet with Living Way and Bestways Borough, and provide any assistance they require. I'll join you. As Void Sent, my knowledge may be of use. An excellent idea. In the meantime, the rest of us will see to reforging the brands. Send word when we have finished. Thanks, Carl. Pray do the same. Go with all the pirates. Right. Can I remove that one? Okay, that made it worse. Also, I think that was just like modules update or something. I was like, haha, end task. Oh no, we've gone down to 8%. I fixed it. It was me. Oh, we're up here. Oakley. There you are. Your stolder had apprised me of your present undertaking. I understand that she wishes to deploy our pride and joy, the veritable carrots of our eye, our unrivaled combat supporters, as a precautionary measure in case of Voidsent containment seal. In case this Voidsent containment seal of hers proves lacking. As we speak, my fellows are rounding up what units they can. We'll bring them to the northeast corner in short order. Please, wait there. Okie dokie. Ba ba da 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 da. Da da da. You can tell it's patch day because there's so many people. So many people.
Dreadfully sorry to have kept you all waiting. Hello there, friends. A new person. Heard there was a bit of a rush, so we gathered what combat-ready supporters we had available.
So, if memory serves, we've got like 2 major patches to go. There's 0.5 and 0.55, and that'll be the next expansion. I don't remember if it's a 0.6.
Welcome contribution. Thine initiative never ceaseth to amaze.
Oh, stop! You're making me blush! Though we have fulfilled the purpose given to us by Heidelin, aiding the people of Atheris remains our greatest joy. So you can count on us, ever and always. Right, so, we originally deployed these supporters to patrol the moon and keep it safe. They've never tussled with Voidsent before, but with sufficient data, they ought to hold their own against the ghastly fiends. Practical, tactical data acquired in the moment, and who better to give the supporters an educational thrashing than the champion of Atheris?
I believe I would make a better instructor. Only have I fought Voidsent. I am one.
That face. It's just like, no thanks. Uh...
That'll do, that'll do!
Hmm.
Defeat bitterer than the bitterest carrot. Using this experience, we must enhance the supporters and turn them into void-sent slaughterbots! Indeed. Right after we've managed to put the poor dears back together.
Pray forgive our comrade's enthusiasm. May I inquire as to how long the repairs will take?
On an ordinary day, I'd say no less than 5 carrots briskly consumed. But if you were to provide us with encouragement, we just might be able to do it in 2.
God.
This I leave to you.
Why me? Leave it to Oriange. Oriange was closer to them. Make them some, like, ink or something. Alright. Rally. What? Engage! Engage! Oh, sorry. I was in the midst of... Forgive me. Sight of precision parts is strangely soothing into sleep. But I'll try to. Moving. Ooh. What a marvellous feeling! There's nothing like wild gesticulations of encouragement to fire you up. With you cheering me on, I can do not less than my very best. Thanks. Oh, thank you very much. Very much. You don't know how uplifting it is to have you encouraging us. I mean, showing us the proper technique so we can keep our supporters operating at peak efficiency. Aye, everyone's in high spirits indeed. Thanks to your encouragement, we'll have these supporters up and running again in no time. Pray attend to your remaining busy work. I'll leave the deployment of our new, improved Voidsent slaughterbots to us. Pardon me.
Can you hear me? We've just finished restoring the brands.
Nice.
Let us reconvene once you've finished tending to matters there. The culmination of our efforts is nigh.
So it would seem we're almost ready. The brands are ready, I presume? Excellent. With the Leporids having deployed their supporters, we're ready to proceed. As we join you should all post haste. Rise open the gate unto the void. With the sheer amount of people, the queue shouldn't be too long. All being well. I still find it really weird that, like, the actual mount that I'm on is the ball. Like, the ball itself is the entity. The mouse is just like an attachment it's summoned in to help it clean. Mouse, gerbil, hamster, thing. My thanks for seeing to the supporters. With this, all is in readiness for the ritual. First, I shall give the order to Alphino and Alizé in the Tower of Babel to channel the ether to the moon. Once we have amassed a sufficient amount of energy, Oriange and I shall begin our incantation to open the Void Gate. If all goes well, a tear will form in the fabric of reality, at which point you must activate the brands and put in place a containment seal. That's all. If there are no questions, let's begin. Ba, 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 ba.
Apologies for the wait. The preparations here are finally complete.
Excellent. The Tower 2 is activated. But give the word and we will begin channeling the ether.
Very well then. Make it so.
The moment of truth.
Jesus. Particle cannon activated. Like burning the moon.
By the sisters.
That is a lot of ether.
Oriange, commence your invocations. 'Tis time to open our gate.
Go ahead and cast him Flare, Jesus. Never mind the regular Black Mage Flare. Cast him Lens Flare.
To form. Quickly, activate the brands.
Go, go, go! Okay, so we just slap one and those will just activate from there. That's helpful. You got this, Stella.
Success. The gate is open, and the seal appears to be in place.
Let's see how well it holds.
What an enormous gate! Lord Golbez will be eager to hear of this! So this is the promised land? The land of boundless ether?
It's gonna go zapping. Yep. Bye!
I dare say the seal doth serve its purpose.
The promised land, the land of boundless ether! It's like bongs its head and just falls back in. Hey up, Vritra.
I see all proceedeth apace. Remarkable.
Indeed. Just this moment, a void scent emerged from the gate, by which we may safely assume it leads to the 13th.
It's incredible, Ishtola. Truly incredible. Oh, what an honor it is to have been part of this historic achievement.
I suppose the main issue will be, you know, once we get them out, closing it again.
Heart is an understatement. None of this would have been possible without you and yours. Our success has also served to solidify our understanding of cross-rift travel. The Ascians rejoined reflections to the source by instigating elemental imbalances. These imbalances weakened the barrier between realities, causing the ether of a reflection to flood the source. But why is it that reflections are predisposed to rejoin the source? Why have they never merged with one another?
Thou art suggesting there is a unique property inherent to the source? One responsible for such an outcome?
I am. 'Tis my conclusion that, as the point of origin for the reflections, the source has an innate pull over them.
Like gravity.
Hydaelyn, I believe, sought to suppress that pull, which is why she was created with the power of light, of stasis. Meanwhile, the power of darkness, of activity, reigns in the void. Hydaelyn's influence would naturally be weaker, and this manifested in the form of planar fissures. Working with this hypothesis, I set my sights upon where the pull was assessed to be strongest, and through our combined efforts we succeeded in opening a gate to the void. Now, I must stress, it was because we sought the void that we succeeded. Pleased though I am to have my theory proven, the secrets of travel to other reflections still elude us. Even so, in the reality that lies beyond the 8th umbral calamity, there are those who found a way to reach the first. I will not rest until I do the same.
Yeah, I suppose
Fulfilling your dream, eh?
Hildebrand got yeeted to the first, didn't they?
Just a step. Many more remain to be taken. Which further motivates me to forestall a void-sent invasion. So come, let us set forth, to find Ashdaya and put an end to Golbez's plot.
Climb upon my back. I shall take us to the gate.
As we did discuss prior, I shall see the alchemists safely home, then together with the Loporrits maintain vigil over the gate.
May the sisters watch over and keep you safe.
Speaking of, get a new man for like next semi-big patch, though. 0.45.
Into the void once more.
Oh, I didn't even see them last time. I literally just saw us in Vritra. I didn't see the others riding them back. I missed the Stolas coming through, considering They seem pretty exhausted after doing that. A slight issue with us coming in with Vritra is the amount of ether he has is pretty much just a beacon. Like, if they weren't expecting us hopping through, they know now.
This is the moon of the 13th.
Looks oddly familiar, doesn't it? Even has its own little crater.
It is. Ever since the flood, it has been a sanguinary orb in the sky.
No void scent. A rather more subdued reception than I had anticipated.
But unsurprising, given how jealously Golbez conceals the location of his domain. Still, we must remain on guard. One of his minions came through the gate, after all, and more may lie in wait.
I do not sense my sister. Where could she be? Where?
Steady, Vritra. We've barely arrived. Let us explore our surrounds before drawing conclusions.
Yes, thou art right. I shall survey the moon from above. The ground I leave to you all.
Go careful, Vritra. No mounts, okay. That's fine. If the moon is a grim shade of crimson, a consequence of the flood of darkness, perhaps. We're a bit far spaced out. I understand that there's no void scent in the vicinity, but I would have probably stuck with, you know, exploring together. No matter how you strain your eyes, you spy no signs of life. All directions extends a desolate waste without end. Like, Estinian could, like, bounce around, no problem. Zero would need to run, and Ishtola would also need to run if anyone was like having any issues. Got one like all the way over here, one all the way over here, one all the way over like there. Hold your breath and attempt to catch the faintest noise. If the sounds of your comrades, there's nothing. So far you have failed to find any clues as to Azjaya's whereabouts. Perhaps Zero's noticed something you missed. Perhaps. Oh. Huh. Yeah, perhaps.
chasm has caught your attention as well.
That's the
There's some manner of
Run area.
structure below. Worth a look, wouldn't you say?
I too sense something here. This pit much resembles the cradle of darkness on our moon, where Zodiark was once imprisoned. If this place serves the same function, then a fragment of his power must have been sealed in the depths. Strange, though. When Zodiark perished in the Source, I presumed that every aspect of him was thus unmade, and his power scattered, but it's unmistakable. The darkness that permeates this abyss. Could a trace of him yet remain? Or is it something else?
Probably Golbez.
I hear thee, sister. I hear thee. Climb on, my friends. Hastaya is here, within this chasm.
Down we go. I have no idea where Stan is in the story. I know he's done Base End Walker, but I don't know past that.
You were entrusted with Ajdaya's eye, were you not?
There's your eye back.
So this is indeed Golbez's domain.
Geese are in.
Es fil ud in. Ein an in. Nar tal keen in eyes. Endran esk Taian. Alcohes in ern udlar esk les udan. Ses azad hanuan. Oson an hai hes inan.
Ta hes an eilgol osk in. Ses kidir in an. Kasta an. Sta in es katao. Tai an. Es an stra in sorn.
What now, then? Does this great worm intend to remain a captive meal for all eternity, not daring to test her chains?
Ern el. In his head in ud.
That's your attempt. You're as graceless as Nidog.
Cease on.
Now there's a start. So, what can you tell us?
Cease tar no call in. Do es inesh igor sorn. Ka som mo go. Skom les sa an. Som du orta cease.
Well, you heard her. Shall we look into this spot near and dear to our enemy's heart?
I wonder if you'd like move the frag, like, assuming that there is a piece of him left. With how strong Golbez is, I would imagine maybe if there's like a fragment of Zodiac still left, maybe Golbez keeps disappearing every so often to essentially just drain that. Just absorb ether from that. Continue about business. Hey, is it this funky rock? A glint from beneath the rock catches your eye.
Did you find something?
And this is a bit shiny.
A memoria. But whose?
Oh, it's Cecil. I don't remember which characters were in the one with Golbez. Wait, is that Golbez? Is this Ruby Kent? No, it would be Ruby Kent.
You have lied, pillaged, and murdered.
This one might have been Ruby Kent.
Anything to say in your defense?
No. Every one of them got what they deserved. Trusting fools. Like you would-be heroes. Aye. You do well to keep a close eye on each other. It always ends the same way. A knife in the back. And better to have the handle towards your hand. You'll see! Oh, yes. You will.
Death, may your soul find salvation.
I can't bring myself to pray for the unrepentant. You're a nobler man than I.
No. We're all shaped by these dark times, more than we would care to admit. It was to believe that these men known peace and plenty would not have been so consumed by mistrust and avarice.
Victims of the Contra Memoria, then, like so many others. But we will end it.
Nod.
Thank you. I shudder to imagine what might have happened if you hadn't dealt with the Dark Ones.
That.
Oh, her? She's like you, I hear. Hunts Memoriates taken by darkness.
Well, well, a kindred spirit. Perhaps we will finally have a new comrade.
No. I've no interest in working with others. Much less someone who looks as suspicious as you.
Is that so?
If there's nothing else, I'll be on my way.
Even when we share the same goal, we can't overcome the mistrust. Such is the way of things, the wisdom of our era.
Only precious few Memoriates remain who cling to the light. Could have won her over.
We'll make do, old friend. We have accomplished much already, and another person may well have been more of a hindrance than help. Now then, our work here is finished.
Actually, this could be Golbez. Because if they were friends, it might have taken up a new name later on. But if they were friends, and maybe this one fell to the darkness, we had to take him out.
His Majesty has summoned us, so let us not delay. To Baron.
Had another vision of the past, did you? What? I was in it. It's them. The pair I met in that village. Which means the one sealed in this Memoria is...
So, you have come. You who would oppose our crusade.
Tranquilo.
You. I know you.
Is that so? From the world before, I dare say. 'Tis impressive enough that you have managed to retain your mortal form, but to remember your past besides. But that is of no moment. You are the Memoriat who vanquished my minions, correct?
And what if I am?
Then I would bid you join me. As a child of our world and slave to the wheel, fight with me for the salvation of all our souls.
Fight with you? More like fight as your pawn. It isn't me you want, but my power. And if I don't obey, you'll bind me like you bound that dragon. But no more. I refuse to be bound ever again. I fight only for myself, and for those in whom I trust. My friends.
Dang straight.
I see. A pity. It is for the dragon that you have come, yes? When first you appeared, I thought simply to remove a threat to our plan. Never did I imagine that you would reach this place and gift me a golden opportunity.
Taos King.
Long as it has been imprisoned, this dragon has grown feeble and weak, its spirit extinguished. Your coming has served to rekindle her forgotten hope. Her yearning to be free, to return home. That is the key to our deliverance.
Ah, crap.
The darkness is ravaging her. She's becoming a void scent.
I was rather hoping the whole getting an eye might have protected her a little bit more against that. Because that would have replenished some of her ether at least.
Rise, O Shadow Dragon, and obey.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Kill him.
On Vritra. Oh, that sucks.
Guests occupied.
Vritra, stay strong, buddy.
Before darkness swallowed the world, I fought tirelessly in a war without end. The experience taught me to discern the strong, that dragon, and you.
Guess that's one way to make an arena.
Come, face me.
I'll deal with you, and then I'll flee as dire. Just because I feel like it needs doing. Imagine getting those. So much guilt. Ah crap, I didn't manage to do it in time. Right, I would like to apologise. I should have sorted the sound out before I clicked ready. But here we are. I'm missing intro music. Hopefully some people take a lot longer to load in so I can actually sort my sound out. Expect no mercy. To destroy you, I shall bring my all to bear. Come, warriors from beyond the rift. Face me in single combat. It's not really single combat. Right, system. It's a very small arena. Right, oh, okay. Well, I got hit by that anyway, so I might as well just stay in my rift. Okay, we should be fine here. I might just try and stick to one of the sides. Oof. They went splat. Right, how are we doing this? Right. It's facing that way. I'm gonna. Okay. Okay, I was kind of expecting a quick time maneuver from that. Straight back to my ley line. don't want to be in that. Oh. That sounds like we either want to be close or not in front. Okay. What's striking first? That's striking first apparently. Then that. Oh, and then that. Okay. I see. Oh my goodness. Right, I'm gonna wait until those are whether they are. Oh god. Right, okay, we know what to do with this now. So it's going to rotate this way around. Want to be over here. They'll be fine here. Fudge. Ow! Move here, gee. Wait a sec. I was about to lose that buff anyways. Right, okay, so that starts there. Rotate that way. Okay, so we should be fine here now. Nope. Right, so we don't want to be near that corner. Right, I don't understand. Oop. Oh, I get it now. I'll be honest, oh, but this was just the move out of the way. Right, okay, so that side first. here. My power!
Even my blade. So, this is the limit of my defiance.
Player commendation. I remember you read me. The cube. Does that work?
Are you all right?
What's happening?
At last, the moment is at hand.
Oh god, what's he done?
You may have bested me, but not quickly enough. Too late will you look to the chasm. You've won the battle, but I win the war.
Stop this. I beg of thee, let her go.
Darkness made manifest once abided in the depths of this abyss, until one day it dispersed in a haze of ether. In the absence of the great flow, that ether has nowhere to return. And so it has coalesced, giving rise to a mighty void scent. Now feast. Feast upon this dragon and its ardent longing for home with it.
Well, crumbs.
From the convergence of ancient and newborn, an entity without equal shall emerge, one who shall tear down the barrier between worlds. Upon you, who shall deliver us from eternal damnation, I bestow the name of a hero of Eld.
God, what are we dealing with?
Awaken!
Zeramus? I ain't never heard of no Zeramus.
No matter how powerful, a void scent can be sealed in Memoria.
Oh, there goes that Memoria.
Damn it. It's too strong.
Our warding scales may not hold. Not against a void scent born of Zodiac's ether.
Yeah, we need to retreat. Wait, so is this, is like all that was left of Zodiac on that side, just like 2 hands? We made it back safely at least. Yeah, I guess so. Unfortunately, we now have a gigantic rift into the 13th. With a seal that we'll hope will hold. And now we know there's a gigantic void scent on the other side. In light of this development, that we escaped with our lives is an accomplishment unto itself. That we could have anticipated Asjaya's yearning to return home could be manipulated in this fashion. Alas, I was now content with a newborn void scent, hell's bent on breaching the rift. And one with a prodigious strength. Zaramus is unlike anything I've ever seen. Oops. So named for an ancient hero, as Golbez said. Though none can say if there was ever a sliver of truth to the legends. Perhaps Golbez chose it in the hopes that his champion will do that which no one could. The Contra Memoria. Save the world. A true hero would not damn another world to save his own. We're not about to let that happen, but regardless, we need to regroup. Aye, although I am to admit it, we are in no state to face a void scent of Zaramus's might. Reacher not least of all, in body and mind both. Now let's return to Radzatan and take stock of the situation. Very well. Might I trouble you to head to Bestway's burrows and apprise Oriange of the situation? The rest of us shall tend to Reacher's wounds before returning to Radzatan. Right, join us Aranon. Okay, I think we're on that part. Jackie Skellington. Ah, Santity! Thou art returned! Oh. That was a Rianji, I thought that was a rabbit. Ah, Santity, thou art returned. I'm pleased to say it hath been blessedly uneventful in your absence, but more importantly, into our mission to the void. Well, we sort of won, and then we didn't. And for Fend, the Ashdaya should be used to birth a dread void scent born of Zodiac's residual ether. Although we could not have predicted this outcome, there is one small mercy. The void scent containment field. We employed the selfsame brands that once imprisoned Zodiac in its creation. The seal should serve to hinder Zeramus. For however long, yet for how long, none can say. Ranrenner's strength is unknowable, whilst the barrier was erected in haste. Thou shalt rejoin our comrades anon to deliberate measures, yes? And I shall remain here to maintain vigil over the seal. Should we observe signs of an impending incursion, rest assured I shall send word without delay. Go well, my friend. Ba, ba, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Alright, then we go to the Megaduta. Ah, Master Samtidi, we've been expecting you. Unless the trap and your comrades returned earlier, I couldn't help but notice they were in low spirits. Hope it's nothing too serious. But forgive me, you must be eager to join them. If you would follow me. Yay. I shall. Thanks. Hi Dino Icon, how are you doing? I really need to change that hairstyle, it looks weird. It might be the face, I'm not sure.
Do you remember Ciriato and Farfarello? The cowardly pair of void scent that dwelled in my domain?
Yeah, one ate the other.
Ciriato devoured Farfarello, and in so doing he inherited an all-consuming fear of Barbariccia. For as you know, when a void scent is devoured, it doesn't simply cease to be. Its soul persists within the devourer, and when a void scent dies, all the souls that harbored may break free to become individual entities once more. That is to say, by defeating Zeromus, we may yet save Ashdaya. And to make certain that we do, we must remind her of who she is.
Dang straight.
When the time comes, you must call to her. Call with all your being.
Thy words give me heart, Zero. Thou hast my gratitude.
Yeah, the more I see of Zero, the more I kind of want to start leveling Reaper.
Then it's settled. Our objective is to defeat Zeromus. While it is unsettling that a void scent could be born of Zodiac's ether, its very nature may render it susceptible to the brands that once contained him. Did Urianger have aught to say?
Pretty much so.
I see. If the seal may not hold for long, then haste is paramount.
Couldn't we just let it come to the source and strike it down here?
Doing so would consign Ajdaya's soul to the ethereal sea. Any attempt to ensure her survival demands that we deal with Zeromus in the 13th.
I could barely go near it. Never mind land a blow. So thick was the shroud of darkness. How do you propose we fight such a foe?
With the power of friendship.
Against impenetrable darkness, we must wield resplendent light.
That works too, I suppose.
And it just so happens, there is a world replete with light. The question of how we will harness that light you may leave to me. With our recent discoveries and proven techniques, as well as the conquests near and far.
Are we just gonna open up a portal into the first and just yeet a light particle cannon at the thing? Like, haha, bam! Get wrecked.
But only if I begin my work at once. Rest up while you can, for there will be much to do when I return.
That'll be 6.5 content.
It wouldn't do to be idle while our esteemed sorceress labors tirelessly. I shall be training if you have need of me.
Be 6.45 depending.
Allow me to join you. I must become stronger for what lies ahead.
Fine by me. Come on then.
Oh.
Pass my time wallowing in despair. Using my vessel, I shall attend what preparations I may.
Stay strong, Vritra. We got this. We'll rescue your sister from the 13th. Ajdaya is my sister. I've long dreamed of saving her. If I am to do so, I must be better than I have been. Blessed though I am to have you and yours as comrades. I can't well ask you to lift me up every time I doubt and despair. Every time doubt and despair creep into my heart. I won't falter again, this I swear. I'll hold fast to my convictions, Sanctity. I pray that you will stand with me to the last. Heck yeah! Meanwhile, on the moon on the 13th. Yeah, that's concerning.
Zeromus is risen, but not yet at full strength. It will take time before the fiend is able to breach the veil. But what is another moment on this long journey I have endured?
Crikey, I had another 2 hours after the stream died earlier.
It remains as fresh as if it were yesterday. Old friend.
Oh, did not mean to press that. The memory of your passing and the pain.
As I promised you then, I promise you now. They shall sing of Golbez, The hero who shattered the wheel and brought salvation to the world.
I'm guessing the guy's friend kind of either fell to the shadow or no, it won't have done. He might have like fully turned into a void scent when the world did the thing. From light's embrace to shadows deep, a world to save, an oath to keep. You win or you die. Right, so that actually covers everything that we were planning to do for now. I should probably swap back to Dark Knight. Right, I need to check up on something. We'll probably be back in a few hours. I think Destiny 2 is usually bulked till about 10 on patch day. So we'll be back probably about 10. Possibly a bit earlier depending. Y'all might already be on stands, but I'll send folks over to Stan now. And we'll be back later with Destiny 2. Because new season. Yeah. Thanks for stopping by. Catch you later. Bye. Bye.